Welcome back to the campus of West Virginia State University and the Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Lee France. It's wide receiver Landon Johnson right now. He's our next guest. Landon, welcome.
How you doing?
Appreciate having you. If you would, tell me a little bit about yourself, where you come from, and how you found West Virginia State University.
That's a funny story there. I came from Houston, Texas. To tell you the truth, I had no idea about the school. My best friend got committed here. He committed here, told me about it. Gave me the coach's number. I had a couple offers back home around that way, but, you know, it was still all kind of like the Division II area, so I said, why not? So I gave Coach Shaw a call. You know, he told every other recruit, like, oh, okay, son, like, you know, I get this every day. But I was like, well, do you mind if I just send you my tape? So I ended up sending him my highlight tape. And after that, he offered me. And the funny thing about the story is that my best friend ended up decommitting and going to Howard, so, and I just was like, you know, I always say whoever I sign with, I'm going to stay with them. So I just decided to stick it out.
What have been your thoughts so far about making that decision and coming from, again, I talked to Ben Kearse about a culture change, certainly from Houston to Institute, West Virginia, a big difference. What's that been like?
To tell you the truth, I really kind of enjoy it because, you know, it's a lot slower out here than it is back home. So, I mean, to tell you the truth, it's really something that's really important to me because it lets me focus on my studies and football and all the other activities that I normally, if I was at home, I probably wouldn't be able to get it done. So I really kind of enjoy being out here.
Who were your influences growing up as, you know, in football in Texas there?
Tell you the truth, my dad's from the D.C. area, so I was really raised on the Redskins, and Art Monk being one of them. Mainly I used to always been to his camps, used to always watch his films, and basically that's all. A lot of old school players, like, you know, just from the Redskins' point of view, like, they all just really influenced me from growing up, because that's all we really used to watch in my house.
Right. Now, you came in as a freshman on this team and made an immediate impact in 2008. Let's go back a little bit, if we can, to 2008 and talk about some of your memories on that team that wound up going 7-3.
To tell you the truth, it was great. Come out of high school, we won state my senior year, and coming here going 7-0. Like, I mean, just how that team felt was just amazing, but ended up at the end of the year not being able to finish. But to tell you the truth, that year was just really memorable. Just coming into college football, started my career like that, off on that good note. I mean, it was just really a learning experience and maybe made everything just a little bit easier for me.
Yeah, and then you go from that to your season in 2009. As far as the team goes, a little bit of a down year, and then this year 0-3. Talk a little bit about that roller coaster ride and what that good year helped you prepare for in these couple of tough years.
To tell you the truth, a lot of it I think is by myself being with older people. I learned from them. They kind of taught me different ways, taught me how to handle different situations. Kind of grew up real fast. You know, last year it was just a tough year. I mean, it seemed like everything was going wrong. And this year, so I kind of tried to install in the younger guys, like, it's not over. Like, we can keep working hard. You know, this conference is crazy. Like, as long as we keep playing, keep working hard, I don't see why we couldn't make it.
You know, the way the conference is going so far in these first 4 weeks, at 0-1, you guys had talked earlier, you're really still in this thing if you buckle down and can put a couple of wins together.
Right, that's what actually yesterday at practice, I told all this team that I was like, listen, I got to realize that, you know, we're not out of this. Like, 0-3 sounds bad, but we win the rest of these games, there's no reason why we won't be a playoff contender.
Any part of last season's disappointment? I know it was a disappointing season to go the way it happened with Kevin O'Brien coming back, leading quarterback on this team. Talk about the disappointment that year and then coming back. Anything linger at all from last year?
To tell you the truth, not really. I mean, a lot of the kids, we had a lot of disciplinary problems and other issues that we really just got rid of. And, you know, that's credit to all the coaching staff. You know, we got kids that really want to be here. And to tell you the truth, this year, even though we're 0-3, I really love this team. But really, out of all 3 of the years, because, you know, we're more of a team. We all together, you know, at least we're going out fighting hard every day, grinding with each other. So, I mean, from as far as a team point and standpoint, I really enjoy how we bond each other.
You had an off week this past week, a bye week. How did that fit your schedule? I think it seems to be the consensus of everybody else couldn't have happened at a better time.
Right. To say the truth, I'm really glad it did happen. I mean, I think we have just a little bit of problems here and there that can be solved. And I think we really got them sorted out this week. And I just told a lot of the guys, man, just have fun. Like, you're trying to go out there thinking about your mistakes. Just go out there, play hard, and have fun.
Any concerns about Concord beating Charleston, you losing to Charleston? Do players even look at that, or is that what fans do?
I think that's more of a fan standpoint. I mean, I know the cliche you hear on NFL, any given Sunday. Right. I tell the players, any given Saturday. I mean, numbers really don't mean anything. I mean, it's just whoever suits up, comes out there, prepares the best, goes out there and plays.
Talk about some of your teammates, if you will. Jermaine King, we just talked to Ben Curse. But first, Jermaine, what has he meant to your career here?
To tell you the truth, you know, like Ben said earlier, you know, he's like a brother to me. Like, going here, we always stay on each other about, you know, not only school work first, but, you know, when it comes to on the field, it's just amazing. Like, we all try to help each other. You know, a lot of younger kids, they don't really want to say when, you know, older guys mess up, but everybody needs to hear. Everybody's not perfect. Everybody messes up. So it's good to just learn from him and feed off of him, and then he feeds back off of us. So it just works out perfectly. And
then you have Ben Curse, who we just talked to. What about him? What has he meant?
I mean, Ben was amazing. Like, coming in, you know, he dedicated himself, came this summer. We all worked together, all clicked together. I mean, he's understanding the offense well, getting everything under his, in his mind, in his head, and he realized that what he really can do. I mean, it's just becoming amazing. Like, he'll take a one play and take it. It was supposed to be 4 yards. He'll take it 15 or 20, which makes it, you know, a lot easier. You know, it's a lot harder when you have 2 weapons or 3 weapons, but when you have 4, 5, and 6, and, you know, it's a lot harder to game plan to stop against.
So we've seen all your film as far as you being a wide receiver. Talk about your job as a kick returner and how fun that seems to be for you.
To tell you the truth, this year it's really just been a blessing, to tell you the truth. Like, the guys are really starting to take it seriously. Like, more so last year, I really don't want to speak on last year, but a lot of them, they don't understand that special teams is 1/3 of the game, and a lot of guys weren't taking it very seriously. But this year, it seems like, you know, when we're at practice, everybody's serious about it, they're getting upset about it, having emotion about it, and that's what the game's all about. So I just basically feed off of them and basically just follow them. Like, they do all the work, I'm just running, basically. So, I mean, I just really appreciate the blocking and, you know, the serious that people take it.
If you could put your 3 years in 30 seconds, what would you say about so far your highlights that you've had?
Got more to come, really. That's all I can really tell you.
We hope so. And Concord coming up this Saturday. Thanks so much, Landon. We appreciate it. That's going to wrap up this edition of the Coach's Corner right here on the campus of West Virginia State University. I want to thank my guests, Earl Monroe, the head coach, Ben Curse, and Landon Johnson. You can join us each and every Thursday night at 7 o'clock for the latest on Yellow Jacket Athletics. Until next week, for everyone involved in this production of the Coach's Corner, I'm Lee France. Good night and go Jackets.